Okay, hello and welcome to the show. This is New England Sports Today with myself, Samuel Reese. I am coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, but from a different location than usual. I am actually in downtown Lexington at the West 4th Street complex on the beautiful campus of Transylvania University. So, if you're wondering why I'm here, my dad is the women's college soccer coach here. So, I'm helping him out today. Preseason has started for him and his team. So I'm here in his office at Transylvania University. And hope all of you New England sports fans have had a great rest of the week while I started school. And I apologize for being on a little bit later than I usually than I said I would be, but that was because I had some technical difficulties. But everything's good now and everything's working. So let's get right into everything. First, we'll start with all of Tuesday night's news. Rick Porcello on Tuesday night got the win. He's now 15-5. He pitched 7 innings, allowed 2 hits, an earned run, 0 walks, 10 strikeouts in 90 pitches. So a great outing from Rick Porcello. Also, Sandy Leone, he did pretty good. Tuesday night went 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Rick Porcello batting on Tuesday night was pretty good too. 1 for 2 with two walks. A double and a strikeout. Not 2 walks. Rick Porcello hit his second double of the season. It's crazy how good he is at hitting. Anyway, the final score was Boston 2, Philadelphia 1. Hits in favor of Boston 6-2. Errors in favor of Philadelphia 1-0. So after that game, the Red Sox went to 86-35, and the Phillies went to 65-53. Holt that game also went 1 for 1 with a solo home run, his third on the year. And Hoskins, on the other hand, went 1 for 3 with a solo home run, his 23rd of the year. So that was Tuesday night. Wednesday's starters for the Red Sox at Phillies was Nathan Eovaldi versus Vince Velasquez. They're both right-handed pitchers, and heading into the game, Eovaldi this season was 5-4 with a 3.74 ERA. His career versus Philadelphia heading in was 3-4 with a 3.51 ERA. Vince Velasquez, on the other hand, this season heading in was 8-9 with a 3.98 ERA. And in 2018 at home, heading into the game, was 6-5 with a 4.78 ERA. We'll get to the results of that game in a short while. Also, the Red Sox did activate Blake Swihart from the 10-day disabled list. Good to see that. Also, Tuesday night, Tampa Bay Rays and New York Yankees faced off. The final score was Tampa Bay 1, New York Yankees 4. Hits in favor of the Yankees 7-3, errors in favor of Tampa Bay 1-0. So after that game, Tampa Bay went to 60-59, New York Yankees went to 75-44. Adames went 1 for 2 with a solo home run, his 6th of the year, and a walk, while Romine, on the other hand, went 1 for 3 with his 8th home run of the year, 2 RBI, and a strikeout. Also, the Bruins visited the Patriots training camp on Tuesday. Cool to see that. Remember, hockey is coming. The Bruins' key upcoming dates include September 6th is when rookie camp opens. September 7th to 10th in Buffalo is the Prospects Rookie Challenge Games. September 10th is when training camp opens, and September 15th is their first preseason game in China, actually. So a lot of Bruins action to look forward to. Also, here is Wednesday's trivia. When is the last time a Red Sox pitcher hit at least 2 doubles in a season? 1920, 1972, or 2008? I'll answer that in a little bit. So yes, the Red Sox did take on the Phillies once again on Wednesday, as Eovaldi 5-4, 3.74 took on Velasquez 8-9, 3.98 ERA heading into the game. Also, Sale finished his workout in the Philadelphia rain. He is scheduled to pitch tomorrow versus the Rays. So Sale really working out no matter what the conditions are. Also, at training camp, the Patriots wrapped up their last day of public training camp on Tuesday. And preseason week 2 did begin on Thursday as the Eagles took on the Patriots. I'll, of course, get to that game in a little bit. Also, today, Wednesday's trivia was, when is the last time a Red Sox pitcher hit at least 2 doubles in a season? Is it 1920, 1972 or 2008? The answer is 1972 when 4 pitchers did it. It's pretty impressive then. Also, yes, Boston did beat Philadelphia 2-1 on Tuesday night. Brock Holt went 1-for-1, a solo home run, his third on the year. And yeah, Red Sox defeated the Phillies 2-1, so that was good. Also, Fenway Park hosted a movie night on Tuesday. Cool to see Fenway hosting something when the Red Sox are playing there. Also, the Tuesday night sensations include Braves' Ronald Acuna Jr. hit a third straight leadoff home run. The Indians' Jose Ramirez hit his 36th home run of the season. And yeah, that's all of Tuesday's news. Now let's get to all of Wednesday's news. All right, here we go. The Red Sox played Philadelphia once again, as I mentioned. The final score was Boston 4, Philadelphia 7. Hits were in favor of Philadelphia 12-10. Errors also in favor of Philadelphia 2-1. So after that game, the Red Sox dropped to 86-36. The Phillies went to 66-53. Moreland went 1-for-5 with a double, 3 RBI, and 2 strikeouts. Ramos, on the other hand, went 3-for-4 with 2 doubles. A double, a triple, and 3 RBI. So the Phillies did defeat the Red Sox 7-4 on Wednesday, unfortunately. But still, a phenomenal record still. So here are the starters in the series versus the Rays. Brian Johnson was on the mound last night. Heading in, had a 3-3 record, a 3.95 ERA, and pitched 30 games, 8 of those being starts. I'll tell you how he did last night. Also, David Price is pitching tonight. He has a 12-6 record, 3.75 ERA in 23 starts, and Chris Sale expected to pitch tomorrow with a 12-4 record, 1.97 ERA in 23 starts. So yes, that is that. Also, Eduardo Rodriguez is expected to start in a minor league game on Monday. So good news there. And Ian Kinsler is expected. He was activated on Thursday, so that is also good. Tampa Bay took on the New York Yankees again on Wednesday night. The final score was Tampa Bay 6, New York Yankees 1. So this is what the AL East standings looked after Wednesday night. Boston was 86-36. New York Yankees 75-45, 10 games behind. Tampa Bay 61-59, 24 games behind. Toronto 55-65, 30 games behind. And Baltimore 36-85, 49.5 games behind. Also, Seattle took on Oakland. The final score was Seattle 2, Oakland 0 in 12 innings. A thriller there. Also, here is Thursday's trivia. Which team did the Red Sox beat to break their longest losing streak this season? Was it the Orioles? Was it the Rays? Or was it the Blue Jays? Also, Ryan Donato last season in 12 games had 5 goals, 4 assists with a +2 rating. And that brings us to a reminder of Bruins Summer Face-Off Live, brought to you by buyatoyota.com. That is August 23rd at 5:30 Eastern Time on NESN. So, yes, hockey is coming soon for the Bruins once again. Also, a Phillies fan made a one-handed catch, an impressive catch, by the way. And the Rays and Red Sox did begin their 3-game series that started last night. And Picnic in the Park is taking place, I should say, tomorrow. Go to www.redsox.com Picnic for more information on that. Now, let's answer today's trivia. The question was, which team did the Red Sox beat to break their longest losing streak this season? The Orioles, Rays, or Blue Jays? The answer is the Blue Jays. On April 25th, they won 4-3. Also, the Wednesday night sensations. Mikey Matuk made a leaping catch as the White Sox defeated the Tigers 6-5. Rizzo hit his 18th home run of the season as the bullpen celebrated with Duck Duck Goose. And Swanson hit a home run and did the Acuna celebration, actually, as the Braves defeated the Marlins 5-2. So that's all of Wednesday's news. Now let's get to Thursday's news. Let's look at some facts and figures first. 168. That number means the Red Sox have 168 home runs on the season. 1.97. That is Chris Sale. He leads the AL with a 1.97 ERA. 8.2. Mookie Betts leads MLB with an 8.2 WAR. 20. The Red Sox need just 20 wins for a franchise record. So, once again, here are the pitchers for the 3-game series versus the Rays. Brian Johnson was on the mound last night. 30 games, 8 starts, a 3-3 record heading in with a 3.95 ERA. David Price on the mound today in 15 starts, a 12-6 record, 3.75 ERA. And Chris Sale on the mound tomorrow in 23 starts, a 12-4 record, and a 1.97 ERA. Tampa Bay took on the New York Yankees Thursday night, and the final score was Tampa Bay 3, New York Yankees 1. Hits in favor of Tampa Bay 10-7, errors 1 apiece. So after that game, Tampa Bay went to 62-59. The New York Yankees went to 75-46. Wendell went 2 for 3 with a double, an RBI, and a run. Stanton on the other side went 2 for 4 with a double, an RBI, and a strikeout. So here are what the AL East standings looked like after Thursday night. Boston was 86-36. New York Yankees, at 75-46, 10.5 games behind. Tampa Bay at 62-59, 23.5 games behind. Toronto at 55-65, 30 games behind. And Baltimore 36-85, 49.5 games behind. So the Red Sox do have 6 games left versus the Yankees. And Alex Cora had comments on the road trip saying, we'll take 7-2 on the road, any road trip during the season, which is quite frankly the truth. I'd agree with that. 7-2, not bad on the road especially. Rodriguez is to rejoin the starting rotation when he returns from the DL. And so who should be moved to the bullpen? It's a key question for when Rodriguez moves in, and we'll see what ends up happening. And also, is Brian Brazier ready for a late inning role? It's really a key question to be asked once the postseason comes, but I definitely want to hear from you people what you think about that. Here is yesterday's trivia. Which player led the Eagles in receiving yards in Super Bowl 52? Is it Corey Clement? Was it Alshon Jeffrey, or was it Zach Ertz? Speaking of the Patriots, they played the Philadelphia Eagles in a Super Bowl rematch on Thursday night. The final score was Philadelphia 20, New England 37. So Philadelphia goes to 0-2. New England goes to 2-0 in preseason, that is. But nonetheless, Foles went 3 for 9 with 44 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And Brady played quite a bit, if you were wondering. 19 for 26 up for 172 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So some good revenge there. So yeah, Tom Brady playing very well as the Patriots defeated the Eagles 37-20. So yeah, once again, Tom Brady on Thursday night, 19 for 26, 172 yards with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. Also, the Patriots really did have a defensive force as they forced 2 turnovers, had 8 sacks, and scored a touchdown. So the defense looking good. By the way, let's answer the trivia question now. It was which player led the Eagles in receiving yards in Super Bowl 52? Corey Clement, Alshon Jeffrey, or Zach Ertz? The answer is Corey Clement with 4 receptions for 100 yards and 1 touchdown. Remember, the Red Sox Foundation's annual picnic in the park is tomorrow. And the old-time baseball game took place as Tim Wakefield and Ray Bork played in the 25th old-time baseball game. So good to see that taking place. So yeah, lastly, let's get to yesterday's news. Tampa Bay and the Boston Red Sox played in their series opener. Final score was Tampa Bay 3, Boston 7. Hits in favor of Boston 11-7. Errors 0 apiece. So Tampa Bay is now 62-60. And the Red Sox are now at 87-36. Wendell went 2 for 4 with a double, 2 RBI, and a run. Bogarts, on the other hand, went 3 for 4 with a double, 3 walks and not 3 walks, a triple and 2 RBIs. So Xander Bogaerts, impressive. I mean, 3 for 4, a double and a triple with 2 RBI and a run as the Red Sox defeat the Rays 7-3. A big win. Jackie Bradley Jr. also doing pretty good. Went 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Brian Johnson got the win. He's now 4-3, pitched 5.2 innings, allowed just 5 hits, 3 earned runs, had 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. It's not too bad. Remember, the Joseph Abud Red Sox first pitch for the Rays at Red Sox is tonight, 6 Eastern Time on NESN. Stream it live on the NESN Go app and on NESNGO.com. So yes, tonight's starters for the Rays and Red Sox is Tyler Glasnow versus David Price. The righty in Glasnow in 2018 with Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay is 1-2 with a 3.97 ERA. And Sunday versus Toronto had a no decision in 5 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, and had 6 strikeouts. David Price, on the other hand, the lefty, this season is 12-6, 3.75 ERA. In 2018 versus Tampa Bay is 1-1 with a 2.10 ERA. So yes, Rays versus Red Sox coverage does begin tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Toronto also played the New York Yankees. The final was Toronto 5, New York Yankees 7. In the 7th inning, that game ended after they were waiting a long time in a rain delay and decided to call the game. But since they did surpass 5 innings, the Yankees do get the win. It is an official game. So now here is what the AL East standings look like. It's Boston with an 87-36 record. The New York Yankees, are 76-46, 10.5 games behind now. Tampa Bay 62-60, 24.5 games behind. And Toronto 55-67, 31.5 games behind. And Baltimore 36-86, 50.5 games behind. Also, big news, the AAA affiliate Pawtucket Red Sox have announced a letter of intent to build a new stadium in Worcester. So crazy big news really there. Larry Lucchino, the chairman of the Pawtucket Red Sox, announced the decision. So the Pawtucket Red Sox are on the move. On moving to Worcester, here are some notes. The Paw Sox did sign a letter of intent to build a ballpark in Worcester, Massachusetts. The ballpark is expected to be open for the 2021 season, and the Paw Sox will continue to play in Pawtucket for the next 2 years. So, yeah, big move. Also, here's today's trivia. Before Mookie Betts, who was the last Red Sox player to score 100 or more runs in 3 consecutive seasons? Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, or Dustin Pedroia? I'll answer that in a short while. Also, a report that the Patriots' first-round draft pick, Isaiah Wynn, with a torn Achilles, is out for the season. Really awful news to hear that, especially with the rookie in preseason. It's just something you don't want to see. Rays at Red Sox is tonight at 6 Eastern Time. It's Glasnow 1-2 with a 3.97 ERA, taking on Price, who's 12-6 with a 3.75 ERA. The Bruins made their first stop of their summer fan fest yesterday at Hadlock Field in Portland, Maine. Noah Chari was one of the people there. Last season, in 60 games, had 10 goals and assists and a -2 rating. Looking forward for the Bruins season. They finished second in the Atlantic Division last season. They'll look to do better than that this year. So yes, the 2018 FanFest Tour will be streamed on NESN. You can go to NESN.com/FanFest for more information. Of course, yesterday they were in Manchester, New Hampshire. Today they will. Yesterday they were in Portland, Maine. Today they're in Manchester, New Hampshire. Tomorrow they will be in Burlington, Vermont. Monday in Springfield, Massachusetts. Friday, August 24th, they'll be in Weymouth, Massachusetts. Saturday, August 25th, will be in Hartford, Connecticut. And Sunday, August 26th, will be in Providence, Rhode Island. So cool to see them do a FanFest tour. Once again, Red Sox Foundation's annual picnic in the park is tomorrow. Let's answer today's trivia. The question was, before Mookie Betts, who is the last Red Sox player to score 100 or more runs in 3 consecutive seasons? Is it Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, or Dustin Pedroia? The answer is David Ortiz. He did it in 2005, 2006, and 2007. And now let's go to the overnight sensations. JT Riddle made a diving catch as the Nationals defeated the Marlins 8-2. And Eric Thames, made a catch despite a hard collision as the Cardinals defeated the Brewers 5-2. And lastly, the Mystics' Natasha Cloud hit a game winner as they defeated the Sparks 69-67. So cool to see the overnight sensations for sure. Thanks so much for tuning into the show. We had a lot to cover, Red Sox and Patriots. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll try to be on, I don't know if I'll be able to be on at noontime. It might be later. Just check at some time in the late afternoon tomorrow, and it should be up there. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I might be on at noon. I don't know yet. It depends how my scheduling goes. But yeah, we'll talk about the Red Sox game tomorrow, and we'll preview their game for tomorrow in their closer versus the Rays, and we'll look at the New England Revolution. We'll preview their game versus DC United tomorrow night on Fox Sports 1. So yes, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.